everyone, and welcome back to City Skylines 2 with me, Matt, and we are back on the map of Tesserino. That is right. And in the last episode, we added in some new farms. We added a few offices. Hello, offices. We also put in a lot of beachfront property with some parks down there for people to enjoy themselves. And we also added this. Yeah, I had good intentions, but I failed miserably. So something to look at again today to kind of redo, revamp, to kind of get things better or mo better. And what we're going to look at today is we do have a lot of demand for housing. And so we're going to start working on maybe this area right here of getting in some housing. I also maybe want to look into potentially some ways for people to get in and out of this area with using a tram. So go ahead and sit back, relax, grab your water, and enjoy the episode. All right, ladies and gents. So at the end of last episode, I put in this. And to be perfectly honest, autosave right there. Perfect, that's working. To be perfectly honest, I am not the biggest fan of this. I felt like it was rushed. It was just meh and didn't really suit its purpose. So let's go ahead and get out of here because these are our residential beach row. So if we come in here, they should be, where are they? Are they medium density? I believe they are medium density. Yeah, residential beach row, which, didn't really, it's not doing what I was really thinking it was going to do. So what I was thinking of doing here is doing maybe some medium density housing over here. Maybe the USA Southwest style, so small apartment buildings and so on and so forth, I think would be good to put over here. Considering if you look at our lot sizes, we have 2x2, 2x4, 2x5, 3x2, 3x3, 4x2, 4x3, 4x4, and 4x5, and 5x5, and 6x3. So I'm thinking this could be a better area for, or this could be a better area for those. But I think we're gonna have to kind of look at some things here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and this one had 4x5s, 5x5s. Okay, so maybe what I'm thinking here is I am going to, well, probably should have done this to begin with, get rid of all of this because I am going to, like I said, completely redo this area to kind of help out everything. Of course, people will move out, be upset, so on and so forth. I do want to, I forgot. I do want to get rid of these as well. So that, because I don't think these were also rushed. I can do better landscaping down there for sure. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that. I want to keep that. Okay, so I think that's gonna look good there. And so let's go ahead and start putting in this stuff. I'm gonna paint this stuff in here, like so. We're gonna go all the way down like so. We can do something like that, something like that, something like that. Should be good. We are just gonna paint that there. We can paint that there. What I'm thinking here, we do this 90-90. That could be good there. Okay. What else do I want? I do want a cul-de-sac. Not a very large one. Or we just do a medium cul-de-sac with grass or a small cul-de-sac with grass. We can always put in our own. And so kind of just putting in and kind of just figuring out what we want here. You know, we don't want that. We don't want that. That actually could be good. Right there. That could be good. And so what we can put in here, though, that's too big. Okay, that could work. So maybe a medium. A medium would be great right there. Oh, a medium would be great right there. And then we'll put that in there. There we go. So we'll let that build in. It's going to take some time. It is going to take some time, but you know, we will get there. That is for sure. Can we do that? And then can we, I think what I'm going to do Anarchy on this bad boy. And we can do, oh, that can work. That could work. Okay, okay. That doesn't look half bad. Got some park benches over there for sure. Got some stuff right there for sure. What else? Oh boy, that could be... Hey, we just placed one park and we got to our tiny town. Sweet. So let's go ahead and take it. Okay, new signature building. Signature buildings. Ooh, the steakhouse is always a good one. So, NA mixed housing, a lot of mixed housing, mailboxes and postal service. Oh boy, okay. We're gonna get some work done there, that's for sure. Oh boy, okay, so these are all coming in. Oh, these look wonderful. This, I think, is more what I was trying to aim for towards the end of last episode. Oh, these look fantastic. Again, I need to do there's a lot of landscaping I need to do, to be perfectly honest, but we'll get there when we get there. And while we're waiting, again, while more people are coming in and so on and so forth, why can't we just go little bloop? Perfect. Ooh, the AC units are spinning. That's kind of nice. I like that. Okay, can we put in potentially, well, first and foremost, I need to probably put that back on there. Beautiful. Can we, is there a small parking spot we can put here and then use the move it mod to kind of move it a little bit better? So like that would be good. Is there a way we can get more parking back here? It's too wide. Okay, turn off snapping. Oh yeah, this might work. Okay, because then what I'm thinking here is now getting an alleyway, let's say from here to back here. Oh yes, perfect. And then we can get to our maintenance here, turn off that and that, because we already have literally right here, so we don't need it. Oh, that's gonna look phenomenal. This is looking way better than what I had last time. Way better than what I had last time. Oh, look at all these cars coming in. Perfect. A lot of people moving in. Beautiful. Okay. I think one thing I'm gonna do, well, we're gonna get a UK large petrol station. I think we're turning in here, right? I think I'm gonna get rid of that, so that our cars can just go left and right if need be. Can I do a small... I might be able to do a small cul-de-sac. Let me turn off Anarchy here for a second. Okay, I don't think I'd be able to without Anarchy on. So let's put that on, and let's see if we can't stretch this out just a bit. Like so. Much better, much better. Okay, yeah, that's looking fantastic. That is looking absolutely fantastic down here. Ooh, this parking lot is already full. Oh my goodness. They're coming out. Again, we have parking down here. Oh, they went that way. It's like, guys, we have parking right here. We have parking over here. I left the street parking on because, again, these buildings hold like 38 households, 14 households, 38. So anything from like 14, actually, what are these going to hold? Anything from 6 all the way up to 38. So we're going to need some room for some parking. I think this is already looking so much better than what I last had. So much better. See if we can't put in maybe some more parking over here. Maybe. Let's turn off Anarchy. There we go. We can get a bigger spot over there to help things out. And then can we... let's pick a this. And can we get this kind of right? Or do we want to go with maybe we go with this one over here. Ooh, hello. Let's go back to my pick. That was being weird for a second. Let's do that there. And now let's move this as close as we can to this one. Maybe back a little bit, like such. That could be good. And then can we fit another one in here? Okay, we can. Again, now let's move it on over to there. There we go. Okay, so after a little bit of time, we have our fully built out Southwest medium density housing. And again, this looks so much better than what I had before. So that's wonderful looking right there. We also put in our telecom over here to kind of help out people and what they're wanting. And the one thing I think I'm going to do next is I want to start looking into more housing, but at the same time, I also want to start looking at the schools and stuff like that. I want to build a high school. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take something from here and pretty much go right in the middle, just go plop and pull this out 90 here. Okay, so we can upgrade if need be. Granted, these upgrades are going to cost a lot, but we don't need them to do them just yet. Because we only need 800 and we have more than plenty when it comes to that. Medium parking lot, I think would be good right there. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, so I think that's looking good. Because again, we do need that. Maybe what I'm thinking, maybe a little further up, we do the elementary school. I think that could be good too. But for the time being, let's see, what can we get here? Actually, what is, hang on. What is our Southwest? 1x1s and 1x3s. Perfect. Okay, this is actually, okay. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Yes. This is gonna be good. I swear. Okay, maybe I don't swear, but you know, I try to be good at this. I think that's gonna be fine. Because what I'm gonna do is around here, getting a lot of people into here. There we go. And so we need housing. So let's get some housing in here. We're gonna pave this all the way across to say right there. And all the way across to over there, should be good. And to right there should be good. Get people in. Why are we losing so much money? our electricity. Oh boy. Okay, we may need to look into getting some better electricity going on here. Okay, so after letting this run for a little bit and letting everything kind of grow in and stuff like that, this is kind of what we're looking at with our kind of southwest looking buildings. And I will admit, these things are looking very nice, different colors. They seem to fit well together as row houses, different heights and stuff like that. But you know what? These look very, very beachy, which is always a great thing. So if you just kind of look down there, and then we have our high school over here, very purpley color. I do say so myself. And of course we have our parking lot over here, which probably not many people are going to use, but it is what it is. So yeah, so we got that going on right there. So I think that is looking good. And so yeah, so I think we're on a decent path. So as we come out of here, we are looking over here. So I think things are going good so far. And yeah, things are moving in. Oh, we're a little unhappy. Oh, we have high taxes, which whatever. When it went up from 10 to 11%. Relax, peoples. You'll be just fine. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to let the game run a little bit, catch up on things, so on and so forth, and kind of get people in. So let me get a good spot here. And yeah, let me go ahead and let the game run, catch up, and I'll see you in a little bit. Alrighty, welcome back. And after a little bit of time of just, you know, letting the game run, letting the game catch up, getting people moved in, getting people kind of squared away, if you will. One thing I did add in is I did add in this little tower right here. I thought this would be a good place kind of right next to the school, you know, just because of noise and so on and so forth. It might fit in decently well right there. And so, yeah, we got that going on. And while these things were, while the game was running, I can't talk. If we open up here, we're doing better on money. But if we look at our service trade, our imported water is about $2,100. My gosh, I can't talk. And I actually don't know if that is $2,100 a month. I think that is a month. So what I'm thinking here is going, okay, if we look at our water, I have never done a groundwater pumping station before, but it's only 40K and our upkeep is 10. But the issue is it worth it right now? Because I'm only doing 2,000. I don't know if that's a week. I don't know if that's a month. I don't know which, because, you know, it doesn't say. So I'm kind of, because I've never done it before, and it'd be cool to do a water pumping station. So I might, I think I'm going to hold off for the sanctity of saving this build and not going bankrupt immediately. So I'm like, I was debating that one, going, should I, shouldn't I? Because if we look at our map, we look at our water, this is a big old basin. Water pollution 0. Still 0. Water pollution 8, 36, 140. I think is our topmost, 150. Anyways, but if we get over here, it's back down to 0, which means this could be a fresh water supply. So I don't, I'm going to keep it as it is for the time being. All right, so as we continue in our little area here, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put together here a little something. We can put that there, perfect. And we can go right next to it potentially, right through there, perfect. Right like that, and I am going to get rid of at least one of those because we don't need all of them. So if we're down here, we have some southwest. We have a lot of 3x5s, I think is our most. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull that across. We'll at least get some single family homes in here. I think would look good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And do the same thing down there. So I think those would look nice over here too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the way across like so. Ooh, I do not like that. I do not like that. I do not like that. So we are going to get rid of, whoops, all that. We're going to not be underground, but delete you, delete you. Come back up here. All right, that should work better. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. Something like that could be good. Get some more housing in there. Get those single family homes in there. So on and so forth to help out everything that we're doing here. And we're going to have lots and lots of room here. Yeah, I'm going to have both a street and a walking path here. I think what I might do here, there we go. Okay, so we have our little bit of sidewalk right there. We have our road right there. So I think that's looking good. Our first house is coming in, looking perfect. And what we can do, is potentially, can we actually, let's get that stuff back in there, because can we then do some horizontals here? Let's put that there. We're going to overlap this with some Anarchy. Put one there, and then can we put one there? Oh boy, we can. That actually looks fantastic. So if we come down here, let's get out of here. So as we look at this, like again, we have a sidewalk on one side, which looks fantastic. We have two wonderful looking parks on the other side. That looks phenomenal. Some benches over there and our kind of our pocket park. Kind of on the back side of these homes, I think they are going to look fantastic, to say the least. I think that's looking good over there. What do we got over here? Okay, we got something over here. And to say the least, of course, there would be a path through here as well. So something like right like that we can pull through right to there. Bada boom, bada bing. And I think we can also put a wide one. No. A canopy colored one. No. Maybe a... Yeah, I'm thinking maybe something like this wouldn't be bad. There we go. That looks a lot better. So something like that could be good over there. Okay. And of course we have a call for an ambulance over here. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. That is looking, as a school area, that is looking a lot better. One thing I do want to add in, a little pathway right there. Should be good. And right there should be good. Something like that. Okay, so what I did over here, I was thinking about adding more of these medium density row housing, but I had a little bit more room over here just because of where everything fell. And so what I did was I added in some medium density housing over here. So I think that is going to I think that's going to go quite well over here. Bring some, there we go. Bring some walking paths that direction so people can walk through here if need be. I think that would be great. And I'm going to leave this area alone over here for the time being. But I think this little area is looking good. Now, is this what I really wanted to accomplish today? To be perfectly honest, no. But did I use up a lot of money? Unfortunately, I did use up a lot of money. Partly because of, well, the high school. Partly because of putting things down, taking them away, so on and so forth. Obviously, you get some refund, but if I remember correctly, I don't think you get your whole money back. And again, just people moving in and subsidies going up and down and all that wonderful stuff. So you do have that going on too. So as a quick recap as we end this episode, the little bit of work we did, we added a little bit more of our office buildings over here. These look fantastic with the ducks on top, so on and so forth. That is wonderful looking. Over here we did add an internet post, I forgot what it's called off the top of my head right now, to kind of help out people with their internet over here. Then as we move on down to over here, we did redo this area. After the last episode, I was thinking about it going, Matt, I am bad. So I had to redo it, and these southwest buildings look phenomenal. Added some parks down there as well, so we can see a little person with their dog right there. And of course, add a little parking down here. And so that is gonna be fantastic over there. And as we come over here, we added a high school. That is right, we added a high school so that people can now formally be educated, and that is going to be wonderful. And of course, we added some apartment buildings over here, some single family homes over here, and some southwest row houses, which look amazing. Their color just fits in with the beach vibe wonderfully. So as we just kind of scroll around over there, I think things are going to be looking fantastic. And of course, we still got room to grow. So yeah, and of course it may look like it is very bare because there's not much landscape, and you are correct, there isn't. Partly because we have to wait for our money to get back up because we kind of used a lot of it doing, well, some maybe not so smart decisions. So kind of watch out for us a little bit of that landscaping in the next episode. All right, that's going to be it for me for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, as it greatly helps me out. And of course, don't forget to leave a comment just saying, hey, Matt, or hey, Matt, don't forget about this, or hey, Matt, good job on this, or an emoji of whatever you think is appropriate. I don't know. You'll figure it out. But no matter what, go ahead and do all that wonderful stuff. And of course, in the next episode, I'm thinking we're going to be doing a little bit of landscaping. We'll see how the money goes because we're not playing an unlimited build, which means we need to keep an eye on our money. That is right. So we'll do a little bit of landscaping to kind of fill this area in, make it look a little bit better. So I think that will be quite nice. So until then, I hope you have a good rest of your weekend, a great week. Stay hydrated, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.